Hello and welcome to my weekly video blog, and today on A Vogel Talks Menopause I'm going to be talking about how to stop fatigue in the perimenopause. If you like my tips and advice, then please subscribe and remember to hit the bell icon so you can be notified of all my new videos. We know from all the correspondence we get that fatigue is one of the most common symptoms in the perimenopause and also the menopause. Very often it can be the first symptom that women start to experience as their hormones begin to change, and it can sometimes last a few years. So today what I thought I'd do is look through why this happens and what you can do to help yourself. So what does perimenopausal fatigue feel like? It can be physically and emotional draining. It can be unexplained, persistent tiredness. Even though you have a good night's sleep, you could go to bed early, you could sleep really well, and when you wake up in the morning, you just want to hide back under the covers and not bother getting up. It can cause low attention span, so it can be that fuzzy brain, memory loss. You just feel out of sorts. You may find that your get up and go has gone. You can no longer face or have the energy to go to your exercise classes. You may find even that socializing is just too draining for you. You just get tired so quickly no matter what you are doing. So what causes this, or what can make your fatigue worse? Poor sleep itself is a really big issue. If you're not sleeping well, your body is not going to have time to rest, repair and recuperate properly. And in the perimenopause, especially if your periods are starting to change, that can really affect the way that you sleep, especially at the times when your period is normally due. There can be extra physical pressure on your body when the hormonal changes start. That creates other physical changes too. Your nutritional needs can go sky high, and if you're not getting enough nutrition, if you're not getting the right balance of everything that your body needs at this time, your body's not going to have the energy to do what you expect it to do every day. It can be due to fluctuating blood sugar levels. And again, when your hormones are going up and down a lot in the perimenopause, that can affect the blood sugar balance very quickly. You can get a real quick sudden dip, and that can cause sudden fatigue. So if you find that you're going about happily what you're doing, and then the next minute you feel you could just curl up and fall asleep, very often that's just indicating that your blood sugars have got too low. It can be low magnesium, and again we know that as hormonal changes start to fluctuate a bit more, your body needs more magnesium for this, and low magnesium can affect your general energy levels. It could be emotional issues. It's such a hard time for women at the moment. Very often when you get to the perimenopause, you may still have children at home, you've got work to contend with, you may have to look elderly relatives and parents. So you're worrying the whole time, and emotional worry and distress is extremely draining of your energy. It could also be due to heavy periods, and again, for some women, as they start the perimenopause, their periods start to change. They may get a bit heavier, they may get a bit longer, they may also get closer together. And this can very often cause low iron, or what's called anemia. And one of the common symptoms of anemia is fatigue. So especially if you find that you tend to get extra tired through your period and just after your period, then maybe just get your iron levels checked out or take a lovely gentle iron tonic. So does this fatigue go away as you go into the menopause and also post-menopause? It's a really difficult question to answer because it is going to be different for every single woman. If your lifestyle is a bit chaotic, if you're burning the candle at both ends, then the fatigue is just going to continue. Remember that fatigue is basically your body's way of telling you, help me, I'm tired, I'm doing too much. So if you don't listen to that message, then fatigue is just going to continue, and that obviously is going to impact more and more on your daily life. So what can you do to stop this or to make things better for yourself? Prioritize sleep. And I know it's easier said than done, but there is lots of information out there. We've got a whole area of our website dedicated to how to make sleep better. And there's lots of things that you can do, even simple things like don't have that late night cup of coffee, don't have high salt and sugar food snacks in the evening, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Those can make a huge amount of difference to your sleep without having to do much else. If you are having problems falling asleep, you can look at our licensed remedy, Dormezan. Number 2, get outside, get some fresh air. That's one of the most wonderful ways of energizing yourself. And for those of you lucky enough to have parks or nature, or you live in the countryside, it can be such a lovely energizer, just getting out there for half an hour and hearing the birds song and getting a little bit of sunshine when the sun's out. And remember too that if you don't get a lot of sunlight, you may be lacking in vitamin D, and low vitamin D will cause fatigue. So that's another area that maybe you need to look at here. Boost your B vitamins, the vitamin B complex, because we need a range of B vitamins. They all help to release energy from our food, they help to support our nervous system, and they help to give us that little bit extra energy. So maybe if you're feeling just generally a bit sluggish, a daily vitamin B complex can be very helpful. You can look at our menopause support, because magnesium is really important here. As I mentioned before, we have 2 remedies with magnesium. We have our menopause support, which can be taken in the perimenopause as long as you're not on any contraceptives and as long as your periods are starting to get lighter or tail off or miss. You can also look at our balanced drink, which has magnesium in it. It also has potassium in it, and potassium is known to help with energy levels. Number 4 is treat your emotional symptoms. If you are under stress, if you're feeling under a lot of pressure, and again, I know it's really difficult. Modern life doesn't help women in this situation by giving us time, which is one of the things that we need. But if you can try to relax, it's really important. Even that half an hour me time a day can make a huge amount of difference to your energy levels. Eat regularly, keep those blood sugars stable. And I know for myself, that was one of my main issues. My blood sugars tend to go all over the place, and I only need to not eat for 2 or 3 hours, and even now I can feel my energy just plummet. So for me, I found that eating little and often makes a huge amount of difference to my energy levels. So have good snacks in between meals, healthy snacks, not chocolate, not biscuits or cakes, but nuts and seeds, or one of these energy bars that you can either make or you can buy. So something that's going to help prolong your energy and keep your blood sugar stable would be really, really good. Eat breakfast, really important here. Your body is going on a long journey every single day, and it needs a good start to keep itself going. If you don't like breakfast, if you find it really difficult, then maybe just take a protein powder shake drink first thing, just to give you a little bit of a boost so that you're not running on empty for most of the morning. Take your water, so important. Dehydration causes fatigue, and if you are getting hot flushes and sweats, that's going to dehydrate you even further, and it's going to make you even more fatigued. So loads of plain water every day, and eat slow energy release foods. If you're eating foods that release their energy slowly. That's going to help to sustain you more during the day. So your sugary foods, your simple carbohydrates are really not going to help here. So it would be things like loads of vegetables, good quality oatmeal, your sweet potatoes, and have a good variety of foods at each meal, and that will help to keep you going for longer too. So I hope you found this one helpful. It is such a common symptom, and so many women find that with the fatigue they just can't perform the way that they want to at this particular time. So this is one symptom that really does need sorting the minute you start to find yourself fatigued, because otherwise it can really drag on and impair the quality of your daily life. The one really important thing here, if you try all these things, if you find that the fatigue persists, if you find that it's constant, it can mean that other issues, health issues, are involved. So this is the point where you just check with your doctor. As I mentioned before, low vitamin D and low iron can be a problem with fatigue. Poor thyroid function, which is really common in the menopause, can be another one. And low vitamin B12 can also be another issue. So don't put up with the fatigue. If it's really dragging you down, then please seek some advice before you do anything else. I hope you found this one helpful. And if any of you have any tips, anything that you have found has really helped you cope with fatigue, then please share them, because we'd love to hear all about them. And until then, I will see you next week for another edition of A Vogel Talks Menopause.